yard, and as you can see, it doesn't look too bad. And most of our lights are still good actually up front. I don't have to really replace those, but this particular shrub, you can kind of see it's all dead in here. So I'm going to actually prune all that away, and then kind of look at how this is doing, and then give it a good fertilize. Otherwise, up front here, I've got to do some weeding, but this one doesn't look bad, but it definitely is usually a bluey color. I'm going to get that watered up and start to do the process of fertilizing and whatnot, but the front doesn't look too bad. Our little shrub is actually starting to get starting to bud to our backyard, and I'm going to show you. We need to actually restain a lot of this. I like to look at my yard and go through an initial check, and as you can see, I don't know, it looks like an animal or something had gouged into this and scrapped. Pergola here, I need to get it restained, so that will again be a project, but most of the rest of the gate here actually looks good. It's just basically this post and then the top here that needs to be restained. So all the leaves need to get cleaned up. There's some garbage. I just hate this time of when the winter's ending and you're going into spring. So I need to clean all this up, and it just looks gross. So let's go to the backyard, guys. Walkway, but you can see I've got weeds coming up. Weeds drive me nuts. I hate weeds, but actually my shrubs are looking not bad considering I haven't started yet. So I'll go through that. This shrub's actually grown a lot back to life. This light works, but you can see weeds. But actually my hubby, this was all open up until last summer. My husband actually enclosed all this finally, so no animals can get in there. But this poor shrub, it's okay on the one side, but it really got wrecked a couple summers ago. I tried to bring it back to life last year, but you can see all this dead. So I'm gonna be replacing this summer, because I tried last summer to bring it back, and you can see this side's not bad, but it never did get okay. As a wedding gift many years ago, gave me this little pagoda light, and I love that thing. It still works after all this time, so I'm very thankful. I actually need to replace. I checked. This light doesn't work. I'm gonna replace this tall evergreen, or pardon me, cedar. And as you can see, all the leaves mostly pile in this corner, and there's a little bit of garbage, so I need to go through, clean all this up. And dipped here is actually, there's a piece of acrylic that goes underneath here where the water comes out, and then it's all lit up. So we store that in the winter, and then the water comes down and circulates. So it's very pretty, a very pretty water feature. But my husband did all this, and he actually did all the landscaping back here himself. He had help with all the concrete because he couldn't pour that himself, but everything else he did by himself with no help. So I was very proud of him. This kind of shows our backyard from a glance, and look how things just look so brown, so blah, so yuck. And then again, this is our deck. And this is our dining area. I got this pergola with this canopy that opens and closes. We got this at Home Depot. Into the concrete. This is a replacement. A couple years ago, we got hit with, I would call it a mini tornado. They didn't call it that. They called it a whiteout, and we had about $35,000 of damage outside to our home. And this piece completely blew away, and part of it was in our neighbor's yard there, and then on the side of the house, and was completely wet. We got it replaced, and I made sure hubby put it into the concrete, so it's not going anywhere. But this is our dining area, and I can't wait to get it all cleaned up. This shrub doesn't look too bad. I don't know, you can see I'm really picky. I hate dead. I don't know, I'll have to decide on that, but I don't think, now that I see it close up, it doesn't look very healthy. We have this little lounge chair that's kind of in the opposite direction. This is going into our area where we will sit and put our fire. We have a tabletop fire pit, and then this is where we sit and relax. I'm going to be replacing this and get just a contrast. Since we have concrete, we don't have any grass, so we try to make up for it by having the green and different pops of color with cushions and things like that. So I cannot wait till everything's kind of replaced and looks really, really lovely out here. It just makes such a difference. But really weed. Oh my goodness. And you can see that thing is completely, yeah. And they were so beautiful last year, and look at them now. It just looks like a gross dried prune. This is eventually, one day, we're hoping this is going to be a hot tub area, but hot tub areas come with costs. So we do have a swing here, so I usually come out with Apollo and we sit. We have, Derek actually custom made this little, like a little end table, and then we have just two kind of lounge chairs here. And eventually one day, you know, it's always what you want to do. We want to enclose this a bit better so you have more privacy, because we are on our backyard is on a busy street, and enclose this. But you know, that comes with costs, which we don't have at this time. And then next year we're hoping to upgrade. This barbecue's quite old, it's still hanging in there, but we have plans to kind of make this area a little bit better. But we get really bad wind, terrible, some days 80 to 100 kilometer-an-hour wind, so it's really outdoor decorating, outdoor decor, because it just will disappear. So most of my decor, I do only a very minimal out here, because it just, we don't have a lot of days where it's absolutely calm or just very little wind. Like today is an amazing, if it was like this all the time, it would be great, but it's not. So what I do is I store all my cushions and everything in a shed, and I'll show you that area. The house. What the builder, they just do a standard concrete pad right here. That's all they have to do, unless you pay them an arm and a leg. That's all that's required. So you're responsible for doing everything else. So my husband dug all of this, prepared all of this. So I'm the one who takes care of the yard, not him, not anyone else. So I'm the keeper. I want it as low maintenance as possible, and this is how I like it. It actually looks a lot better once it's all cleaned up and looks good. But yeah, it's a lot of work, guys. It's not a big yard, but my husband and I wanted a bigger house than a yard. When it's blooming, its flowers, it's these white, delicate flowers, and it's so, so pretty. So I'm excited to see the blooms. Means it's healthy, it's doing great, and it's all over the tree. So this makes me happy, and you can see the new growth that's shooting off. See this little bloom. So I'm very excited that this tree is blooming now. This cedar is about the only one that kind of looks half decent, so I might be able to save it by just getting rid of some of the dead stuff, because this one doesn't look too bad. So, and then this is the side of the house, guys. My husband built the shed, so again, we made sure we had enough space on either side, that it's not right up against either the fence or the house. So this is where I store all my, as far as cushions and decor, the little bit I have. So I love this shed. And here's the mess. Things have fallen over. And yeah, I kind of have stuff stored in here, and there's some lights. So I don't know, you know, I'm going to see once everything, I want to get new cushions. These have faded. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get new cushions. So guys, that is it of what my backyard and front yard kind of look like right now. It's so blah, but this is how it is where I live after winter. I really can't wait to get it all going and spruced up, and when I have kind of everything together and I like how it looks, I'll give you an updated tour of how the back and front yard starts to become spring and summer. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you follow me on Instagram at Decor Dream. I thank you for watching, guys, and if you have any questions or comments, just leave them below for me, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.